the nation on the east bank of the St. Paul River. We have relays on ELBC 99.9 FM, Liberty Broadcasting Services out of Sino 105.5 FM, Laxar Radio out of Buchanan 92.5 FM, Puma Radio out of Bumming 106.3 FM, Classic Radio out of Kakata 93.9 FM, Radio Live that covers Zozo and Lufa 92.5 FM, and the Voice of Firestone 89.5 FM. You can also catch us on Radio Monrovia Facebook live stream 92.1 FM and TLC Africa, that's TLC Africa YouTube page YouTube live stream page, okay? As we're all aware, NASSCORP is the acronym for National Social Security and Welfare Corporation. Acronym meaning the shortcut name. In studio today, I have my co-host, Mrs. Georgina Williams. Welcome, Mrs. Williams.
Thank you.
And I also have for you in studio today, Mr. Earl M.R. Carter, our coordinator for claims and benefits at NASCORP. Welcome, Mr. Carter.
Thank you, Ms.
Okay, my name is Cora Taylor Ferguson, your host and presenter. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back with your favorite informative, interactive talk show, the NASCORP Hour. Remember, we secure your financial future. I mean, I'm just going to usually you almost via my and the heart of the nation. Let me point out to you the principal objectives of the NASCORP Hour. We're here to enhance the public's understanding of the nature and functions of NASCORP. The NASCORP Hour is here to minimize the misinformation and wrong perceptions about NASCORP amongst the Liberian populace. Okay, the NASCORP Hour is here to stimulate payments of Social Security contributions by all institutions operating in Liberia. The NASCORP Hour is here to promote NASCORP's work at the community level and amongst the Liberian populace. We are here to inform employees of their rights to Social Security benefits as well as their responsibility to ensure that monthly contributions made on their behalf, on behalf of the employees, are shared by them and their employers. Okay, the NASCORP Hour is here to disseminate information by the general public on the programs, services, and benefits provided by NASCORP. That was to disseminate information to the general public. Okay? Not by. Here at NASCORP, our mission is to provide financial security to sustain the quality of life of insured workers. That's our mission. Our vision is to deliver convenient and exceptional services through innovative solutions in bridging income gaps and improving the quality of life for all beneficiaries. Our core values here at NASCORP are stewardship, integrity, equity, transparency, accountability, and efficiency. I always go over to Madam Williams to wrap this all up in one lump sum. Okay, it all boils down to giving the best to our beneficiaries out there.
Yeah. So our core value speaks to our stewardship, that is our professionalism, our services. We are committed to provide excellent service. We do that through teamwork, and integrity speaks to our principle, our honesty. And that's come, you don't have to bribe anyone, you don't have to pay anyone to have your work going. Because if that happens, you'll be in serious, serious trouble. Heads will roll. So nobody is to bribe anyone at NASCORP to have your work going. So that speaks to our integrity. And also for equity, we treat everyone fairly. We don't say you will pay 4% this person, 2% this person, 5%. Everybody across the board pays 4%. So that's equity. Try to treat everyone with mutual respect. And we are transparent in our dealing. We don't want to hide anything from you. In fact, that's the reason we are on the show. We are committed to being on the show every Monday and even during the week to give you the information. Now we have people coming from the different departments that work in those specific areas that will explain to you exactly some of the things, and you have the opportunity to call on the show. So we are very transparent in our dealing. We are accountable. We take care of everything that is entrusted to us, be it your data, be it your contributions that have been sent to Social Security. We are accountable to you. So we are efficient. Again, the fact that we even have the My NASCORP app that has been launched, so to give everyone easy access to go directly to your NASCORP app and be able to see your contributions, your performance, and all of that. And part of our efficiency as well is to pay people on more money, so you don't have to leave from where you are to come to Monrovia to head office for everything to be done. We are present in all the counties, our presence is felt. So we are trying to be very efficient and effective. So those speak to our core values at NASCORP.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Willis. And remember, it is the law that all employers who hires one or more employees must register and pay contributions to NASCORP. Okay? Now, I always give you this information that NASCORP serves you throughout the 15 counties, all through Liberia. Okay? And I give you locations as far as where we are in your county. Okay? We have our head office is on 15th Street and 24th Street and the Boulevard. Okay, that's our head office, NASCORP's head office. And then we have 8 regional offices to serve you throughout the counties. Okay, Region 1 covers Montserrado County, and Region 1 is located on 15th Street and Payne Avenue in Cinco, what we call the beach side. 15th Street and Payne Avenue. Region 2 covers Grand Bassa and Riverside counties. Region 2 is located on Robert and Tubman Street in Buchanan, Grand Bassa County. Region 3 covers Bummy, Cape Mount, and Bapaloo counties. Region 3 is located on Ellen Avenue in Tubman-Burke City, Bummy County. And then Region 4 covers Margibi, and Region 4 is located at the Executive Ground in Kakata City. Region 5 covers Bong and Lofa. And Region 5 is located on the 5 in Banga City, Bong County. Region 6 covers Nimba County and is located in the Glanu community, Kanta City, Nimba County. Region 8 is located in covers Maryland and River G. Region 8 covers Maryland, River G, and Grand Crew counties. Region 8 is located on Maryland Avenue in Harper City, Maryland County. Then Region 9 covers Sino and Grand Jita counties. Region 9 is located on Johnston Street, downtown Greenville City, Sanyo County. There's no Region 7, okay? That's how come I got to 9. But there are 8 regional offices. If you're just joining us, you tune into the NASCORP Hour live from Radio Monrovia, 92.1 FM. As I told you earlier, we have in studio today Mr. Earl M.R. Carter, the coordinator for claims and benefits at NASCORP. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back with Mr. Carter to give you some highlights on the claims and benefits department. Today in studio, we have Mr. Earl M. Carter, our coordinator for claims and benefits department at NASCORP. Welcome again, Mr. Carter.
Thank you, Mrs. Ferguson.
And Mr. Carter, can you give us an overview of the main functions of the claims and benefits department?
Okay, before I get into it, I would like to use this opportunity to say a big thanks to the NASCORP family, also to Radio Monrovia family for giving me the opportunity to be here to explain to you basically what I do on a day-to-day basis at the job. So, like Mrs. Ferguson said, I'm a coordinator within the claims and benefits department. That department is within the insurance division. And on an overall, what we do, we are responsible for the benefit payment process. That is ranging from receiving claims that's being filed at our regional levels, like she told you about the different regional offices. Also, we're responsible, our personnel in the department responsible for checking whether those persons qualify or those claimants qualify as per the law. Also, we're responsible for verifying contribution records. That is when the file comes from contribution department, we verify the contribution records. And we're also responsible for ensuring that all documents, necessary documents that should be in a particular file or form part of a particular claim are correct. And then we proceed to calculate amounts due as per respective benefit types. We are also responsible for generating payrolls, as you may know, which is very cardinal and very important. We have 2 specific payrolls that we do, and that is we have the general payroll, like the regular payroll, for those who have been vetted and they were paid on the first time payroll. So it's the regular payroll and not the first time payroll. More so, we're also responsible for handling follow-ups. You know, within every process, there will be some issues, there will be some queries, there will be some questions. And when those questions come, normally it's directed to our department. So we handle follow-ups, we handle complaints, and we make the necessary adjustment where necessary.
Okay, thank you. Now tell me, are all persons employed and working in Liberia, are they covered by NASCORP?
No, not every person working is covered by NASCORP. Rather, those who are what we term as have insurable employment, that is, their employers are covered by NASCORP. And in turn, those employers are remitting contributions on their behalf to NASCORP.
Okay, thank you. What is the EIS, the Employment Injury Scheme? What is, and who is covered under the EIS?
All right, so as you may know, for the benefit of the listening public,
Right.
those who are following by the internet, the EIS is the oldest scheme as per the history. The EIS was established February 1980. That is 5 years after NASCORP was birthed. All right, that's July 10, 1975. Now that particular scheme or alternative, you can say program, that particular program was designed to protect workers against risks arising directly from their job. And those risks has to do with workplace accidents, what we term as occupational diseases that sometimes lead to death. All right. So the employment injury scheme, like I said, mainly is for those who have insurable employment.
Okay, now how can an employee claim benefits as a result of an employment injury?
All right. So firstly, it starts with notification. When there's an injury, all right, NASCORP have to be notified, and notification can be done it should be done within a certain time frame. That is based on the severity. If it's a serious injury, that should be reported within 48 hours. But if it's something that is not that severe, you have up to 2 weeks to report said incident to NASCORP. So firstly, the employer should be notified, and then in turn, the employer will notify NASCORP within those periods that I mentioned. So the 2 weeks is specifically 14 days.
Now, who determines the degree of employee's disability as a result of job-related injury?
All right, so NASCORP have a board called the Medical Board. That board is established to be able to evaluate those cases, those medical cases. And composition of that board is made up of 13 professionals or doctors with different specialties. And for every sitting, NASCORP has 3 of those specialists as per the particular case that's responsible to evaluate and be able to examine the workers, be able to the injury case summary, be able to review the medical reports, and also be able to make independent medical judgment and advise management, that is the Director General, on specific benefit types that should be paid.
Okay, thank you. How many months must an employee pay contributions to qualify for retirement pension?
All right, so as it is, there are 2 categories of persons concerned as it relates to retirement pension. Those born before the year 1980, contribution-wise, in order for them to qualify for retirement pension, they must have contributed a minimum of 100 monthly contributions, or for short 8 years, 4 months contributions. And then the other category are those who were born in the year 1980 coming forward. In order for them to qualify for full pension, they must have contributed a minimum of 144 monthly contributions.
What happens to an insured employee's pension if they die before completing their required monthly contributions? What happens?
All right, so we have something called lump sum. We do lump sum payment in the form of survivor's pension. And so for cases of people who died, all right, insured employees who died before reaching pension, age-wise, there will be benefits given to their dependents, or what we call their survivors.
Yeah, I guess I should ask you, how can an employee qualify for invalidity pension?
All right. So when an insured person becomes permanently unable to work due to illness or disability that is non-work related, All right. That person, like I said earlier, from the EIS, that person can file in, all right, for invalidity pension, and that person will also be assessed, all right, to know the degree of that particular disability. And if it's proven with all the necessary documentations intact, and if it's proven, the person will receive what we term as invalidity pension. Once they have made at least 50 monthly contributions, they can receive invalidity pension. But remember, importantly, that particular disability should be non-job related or is non-job related.
And 50 monthly contribution is 4 years and 2 months.
Yes.
Okay, what is the difference between the two? The invalidity pension and permanent disablement benefit?
All right, so for short, the cause of disability, all right, that's the difference. For the IPB or the invalidity pension benefit, the cause is non-job related. For that of the permanent disablement benefit, the cause is as it relates to the job or the nature of the work.
Yeah, so meaning that they are under two different programs.
Two different programs.
One is under the EIS
and the other is under the NPS.
Yeah.
Okay. Which relatives of insured employees or retiree are eligible for Social Security benefits?
All right, so we have 3 distinct categories. The first category considers spouses, all right. The second category, children, qualified children. And what we mean by qualified children, below the age of 1. And to some extent, we take into account other dependents. That is 2 categories I spoke about earlier. To account what we call parents. So a parent also be eligible for receiving benefits for a relative that was insured.
Okay. Mr. Carter, what documents must a surviving wife and children submit during their claim for benefits?
All right, so the documentation.
Perhaps I should say surviving spouse.
Yeah.
Because it would also be the husband.
That's one.
Yeah.
So the documents should be documents to firstly prove death, all right, and secondly documents that should be the relationship between the survivor and that of the deceased insured. So for the first one, obviously the death certificate will be required, all right, like I said, to show proof of death. And then the marriage certificate will also be required to show the relationship between, for instance, if it's a spouse, to show the relationship between the spouse and the deceased insured. And then also the birth certificate, that is if there are qualified children, like I earlier stated, children below the age 21. If there are any, those children will need to be, will need to prove that they were either the biological children of the deceased insured or adopted legally, all right, by the deceased insured. And so they will need to also show their birth certificate. Like the other category we talked about where you do not have a spouse and children, now to also show relationship, proof of a relationship, in the case of a parent, the parent would have to have some form of identification to show that yes, indeed, they are the parent of that particular deceased insured.
So do they have to also bring a family photograph?
Of course. So normally for the SP cases, we required the survivors to bring a group photo. That is, if it's a case of the spouse and children, eligible children, they will be on a photo and will present that photo, which will be in a file.
Okay. How are non-Liberian employees treated under the Liberian Social Security program?
All right, so for Social Security, we consider all persons covered, we treat them equally, regardless of their nationality. So, as per the question, to be specific, they are treated equally under the law. That is, if the law says you must contribute a certain amount of contributions, there are no exemptions. All right, you ought to contribute whether you are non-Liberian or you are a Liberian. Or in terms of paying benefits, you will not be denied your benefits regardless of your nationality. So for short, I would say they are treated equally as Liberian workers are treated.
Mrs. Ferguson, before going to the next question, so the previous question, documentation that are supposed to be provided. So after they've provided all of those documents, do they take them straight to 24th Street to the headquarters?
No. So our processes, the claims processes starts from the regional level or from our regional offices. So here in Monrovia, we also have a regional office, and that office is situated on 15th Street. So those claims starts from there. However, claims department have representative at those regional offices. We refer to as the claim officers. They are situated at those regional offices, so they receive the claims and then they evaluate the claims, making sure that all the necessary documentations are intact before it can be forwarded to their office for further processing.
Okay, thank you. Now, in what currency does NASCORP pay benefits?
All right, so as you may be aware, in Liberia, we have two currencies.
Yes.
We have what we term as our base currency, that is Liberian dollars, and we have the United States dollar also. All right, so in terms of paying benefit, our system is contribution based, and as such, the currency you contribute in definitely is that particular currency that will pay your benefits in. So if you contributed, or if a person contributed, say Liberian dollars, at the time of benefit, their benefit will be calculated and they will be paid in Liberian dollars. The same for United States dollars. Special case, if the person contributed both currencies,
right,
that is Liberian dollars and US dollar, either simultaneously or along the work history, the calculations or the benefit will be computed, and we will determine the currency ratio, and we will distribute it based on the amount of contribution counts for both currencies.
So, so in addition to that, do we have people in the system currently receiving both currency?
Of course. Of course. You mean in terms of
Benefits,
yeah.
Yes. We have people receiving both Liberian
So why is it like that?
and US dollar. So like I said, the person contributions. All right. So if the person contributed Liberian dollars at the time of gainful employment, in the case of retirement pension, obviously the Liberian dollar counted, and if they also contributed US dollar during the history of work, we will compute and then we will distribute and be able to determine portion of their monthly benefit to pay back in Liberian dollars. At the same time, portion of that particular monthly benefit to also be paid back in United States. So it depends on your work history and the currencies in which you made your contributions.
Okay, at one point in time on the show, I guess before, I understood this as a higher ratio will take what you get paid. Huh?
Yeah, that's so. I think, is that what's happening now, or that was what
Before
was happening for those who were taking benefits in both currency, continue to take the benefit in both currency, but currently, since the law was revised in 2017, is that still happening? Are we still, do we still have people? Yeah.
So for clarity, when I make contributions in both currency and receiving benefits in both currency, I'm looking at the aspect where in the contributions, when we do the calculations, and it's determined that both currency has some level of weight in terms of what we call our threshold.
Okay.
So at NASCORP, we have a threshold, and the threshold, as it stands, it has been raised for 8,500 Liberty, or the equivalent of $50. Before it used to be 2,640, and that of $30. So when we do the calculation, say for example, your LD amounted, or the person LD came up to 8,500, while the USD came up to $60. So that means both of those amounts, at the one is at threshold and the other is above.
Yeah.
So definitely those two amounts can stand, and those two amounts will be paid. The two currencies rather will be paid to the person. But like what you are referencing, wherein we did the calculation, and even though you make contributions in Liberian dollars and United States dollars, but when we did the calculation, we realized that the Liberian dollars was less than the threshold, and that of the US dollar was above the threshold, or at the level of the threshold. Then we convert that Liberian dollars to US dollar. Yes. So we stay practicing that.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Now, what are some of the major challenges in processing claims?
All right, so we have challenges ranging from what we term as system-related challenges, and that one is an institutional issue. It's being worked on. We delay that lead to delay in processing, especially when you are doing manual work. And that is why with the far-sightedness of the management now, trying to automate a lot of the work we do, so as to reduce the time required to do a particular processing. But as it is, we are still gravitating to reaching 100% at that level. So we still got one or two manual work here and there, and also. Talking about that, the heavy workload, the claims department normally is being regarded as the engine.
Right.
All right. That is a lot of work, and I should praise my colleagues there. Behind the scene, there are a lot of work that goes on tirelessly. There are a lot of hours put into the work. And so with the heavy workflow, at times, people get a little bit weary, a little bit tired, and sometimes they stall the process. Again, the issue of limited staff, all right? There are few persons doing a lot of tasks. So as a result, you will have things moving a little bit slow, but then again, it's being worked on, all right? Also the case of poor record system, we are still working on that, wherein documents leaving from one end to the other is not properly recorded, and people have to be looking back and forth, all right, for documents. So that's that for the institutional issue that is being worked on. The other issue is more claimant related. That is, say if a worker, an insured person, has issues as it relates to filing in the claims, wherein there's incomplete documentation. Okay? Yeah. So say for example, a particular benefit text required submissions of a particular set of documents, and maybe one or two of the documents are missing. Obviously that process will be on hold until those documents can be provided. All right. Another thing has to do with late reporting of claims. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a particular period, what we call the filing period for every case. All right. So, say for example, if it's a pension, if the employer, in the case of the employer notifying NASCORP, fails to do so in a timely manner, it will also affect the benefit payment of that particular claimant or that particular would-be beneficiary. All right. Also, I think lack of awareness. All right, lack of awareness. To admit, NASCORP is doing a great job. Like we have the NASSCORP Hour, is a form of providing information. All right, a form of awareness. And there are other means that our public service department ensure that it get out to HRL, get the information out. It helps the process because when people are informed, they will be able to follow the necessary guidelines and timelines to be able to get the benefits out. And then also what we term as employer-related challenges, all right, ranging from failure to register employees, all right.
Okay.
Also non-payment of contributions, like now with the app that was recently launched, we see there are a lot of concerns coming up, and people now getting to know that, oh yeah, so I didn't make contributions for certain periods and so forth. Now the employers feed that to the fire, and it's good, right?
It is.
It's good. It's good for the process.
It is.
So non-payment of contributions in EIS cases, failure to report accidents on time. And then more so, we also have the legal and procedural challenges wherein, say for example, if it's an employment injury case, the necessary documentations and necessary approvals, that is sitting in medical board, and all those things, they take time, all right? Because you want to do them and you want to do them appropriately so as not to give wrong judgment, all right? So all those factors in together at times,
Okay.
all right, kind of slow the claim process.
Mrs. Ferguson, they not just add a little bit to the payments challenges. So one of the challenges we have is for people to answer the calls. So they will give one or two contact numbers, and when we call those numbers, they are switched off. On last Monday when we came, we promised to call 4 persons back.
Right.
We called them, and the 2 we could get to answer their calls. We are making follow-up on their claims, but the other 2 did not answer their phone. So that is the case for a lot of people. When you call them, they don't answer. Okay, on the other hand of public awareness, when you write the institution, that want to go and provide, create the awareness or provide information for Social Security, they won't respond, they won't reply. We have to call, make a follow-up, then they'll tell you to take a photocopy of the communication you serve them to go along with the photocopy to go and follow in this time and age. So we will walk after them over and again, and they will keep promising they will get back, and they won't get back to us rather. And sometimes when we get there to the awareness, where you expect to see close to 300, 400, 500 employees at that setting, sometimes you find 50 persons. And they say that the money I won't cut, go ahead and cut the money. You know, but sometimes what you do know the heights. So sometimes it's good to information, and sometimes those who will come and say, oh, but we didn't know all of these. Well, that's why you are supposed to come.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever you have new staff, you always invite NASCORP to come. We invite ourselves, we write, and sometimes they write us and we go. Anytime you have new staff, you invite us, we're willing to come, always to come and provide the education. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Mrs. Williams. I know they're out there eager to call in, but thank you, Mr. Carter, our coordinator from Claims and Benefits at NASCORP. He's given you an overview of the main functions of the Claims and Benefits Department. We're gonna take a short break. We will open the lines for you. We're gonna give you 15 minutes of calls. Okay, the numbers to call in on are 0881-356-900 and 0777-921-921. This is the NASCORP Hour live from Radio Monrovia 92.1 FM. Let's hear from you, 0881-356-900 or 777-921-921, the NASCORP Hour Live. Hello? You're live on the NASCORP Hour, your name and where you calling from? What's the first name? And where you calling from? How may we help you today? Mm-hmm.
So you go to the office in Habel. We have Social Security has an office in Habel. Go to the office there and they explain to them. They will tell you. Yeah, that you go along with your mother-in-law. So when she's going, they have carry her retirement letter that they gave her. She carry her passport size photo. There is a form they will give her, and she will take it back to where she was working. And the office will fill it in that form, and those 3 documents, she will carry them to the office, and then they will start processing it. But in the meantime, you all go to the office in fire, so around the labor office. You all go there. Yeah. Go to the office with her, they will tell you what you need to bring. You'll just go there, they will give you all the information. They will give you the form and what you need to bring, they will write on paper and give to you. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Hello? Hello? You're live on the NASCORP Hour Live. Your name and where you calling from? Okay, Mr. Clements, how may we help you today?
I call you, they answer, Mr. Clements. Mr. Clements, I called you, one of those I called, you didn't answer your phone. There were 4 persons. I called that number over and again, you didn't answer your phone. So we couldn't have done anything. I needed to get your social security number so that I will follow up for you. But you didn't answer. So let me call you again after the show. I don't want you announcing your social security number on the air. So you will give me your number and then we'll follow up. Okay. So, okay, then the next thing you can do, if you can move around, then you can come to Social Security office. Come to the 24th Street office, and people will be there to help you. We'll go through, the person will tell you where what your status is. So you can come to 24th Street.
Okay. Hello? Okay, can you please cut your receiver off? Okay, you're live now, so cut your radio off, please. Okay, your name, please, and where you calling from? You're live.
Yeah, I'm Samson, reporting from Adele.
Samson, what's your full name?
Samuel Smith.
Okay, how may we help you today?
Yeah, my uncle, at the beginning of parents, to work with but then he had a nest of kin. So I'm thinking as a brother, the nest of kin to run after and ask for benefits.
So the nest of kin is how old is this nest of kin? What's the person's age?
The nest of kin is about 100 now. When he got a daughter, he had to need a sister as well.
Yeah, what's her age?
She goes to 12 or 13.
Yeah, so they can run after it. If they were contributing to Social Security and they have the Social Security ID card, they can work after. You say you in Habel?
Yeah.
So you go, yeah, so let him go to the office in Habel. Our Social Security office, where you have the labor office, we have office there. So let them go there.
What I want to say, you got to carry the new gas, bro.
Yeah, let them just go together. Yeah.
So if I may.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, hold on.
Hello, if I may, I heard you say his niece.
His
What's
next
the relationship? What's the relationship of the
With the
little
little
girl, the little girl in question to the man who passed?
The man who passed is my uncle, my mother, that's my mother. But they got a children, and one of the children, he is in his sister as less of two.
Okay.
Is that the girl or the boy?
The boy is the less of him, but the girl not, who is the smaller one.
Uh-huh.
She's a girl, he's a senior.
Oh, okay, but that girl, her name there, but was she his biological daughter? Or adopted?
Okay.
Okay. So if the boy and the girl are biological or adopted children, yes, then let him go to the office. Then he carry his sister with him to the office in Habel, and they will tell them what they need to bring.
Okay, thank you. Hello? Hello? 081-356-900. Hello? You're live on the NASCORP Hour. Your name, please. Okay, where are you calling from, Mr. Dolo? Okay, how may we help you?
So it depends on when you were born. So if you were born before 1980, then you will have to contribute 100 months, and that is equal to 8 years and 4 months. If you are born 1980 coming forward, then you have to contribute 144 months, which is equal to 12 years. That's just one of it, that's just the contribution aspect. The second one, you should be 60 years old. And the third one, you should retire from work. So the three, when they go together, then you qualify to get pension.
Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. 2019, 2015.
So what you want
So
to?
what do you want to do? How old is
He
the
was born
person?
in
Or how old are you?
1957.
Then he's 57.
57.
Yeah. So what do you want to do? Mm. Oh, okay. So you want to know whether you can get your benefit now? You have to be 60 years, so you go find work also somewhere and start hustling and be adding it or start adding it.
For 3 years.
For 3 years, you can add up to what you already Social Security already has for you. Otherwise, if you find anything to do, then you wait till you're 60. Mm-hmm. We can't tell you now, so we have to do the calculation. But you will know when 3 months to your 60th birthday, let us know. Yeah, 3 months for you to be 60 years old, you should inform Social Security. In 3 months, I'll be 60 years old. Then we'll start doing the calculation. Right now, we start doing your calculation yet. And you'll be 60 years first. Then we'll start doing all the calculation. Or better still, go on the NASCORP app. Download the app. Go through it and see what's there for you. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Do we have a caller? Hello. You're live on the NASCORP Hour. Hello, you're live. Your name and where you calling from? Where are you calling from? How may we? Okay, how may we help you?
Yardstick used for what?
Did we?
Yeah, what's the yardstick used for what? You register with Social Security.
Contributions.
Okay, so the first thing you have to be registered with Social Security. Yeah? When you go into any school, you have to register. So the Social Security to be part of the program, you have to register. So you fill in our form. That's the first thing. The next thing is for your contribution to be sent to Social Security. Your employer will deduct the 4%, add another 4% for your pension, and then they will send together with the 2%, which is 10%, they will send to Social Security for you. So they cut the money first, second thing, the third thing, they remit your money to Social Security. So they will be keeping that money there for you. And then when you reach retirement, we give it to you, or if you get job-related situation, accident also on the job, you benefit from it.
Okay, do we have a caller? Hello?
Come again.
US.
Well, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be because you say $100 for what?
30 something. And why was it cut down?
Well, it shouldn't be. My mind right now is looking at the $100 portion. Like you say, it was 36 years. So. All right, that would be looked into. That would be looked into. It shouldn't be.
So we'll call you back. We'll do a follow up. It shouldn't be that way, but we'll make a follow up. We'll call you back. Yeah.
It will be looked into.
Okay, do we have a caller? Okay, I think we can squeeze in 2 more callers. 1 or 2. Okay. No. 081-356-900 or 077792191. Hello? Hello? You're live on the NASSCORP Hour. Your name, please, and where are you calling from? Okay, what is your name? What is your name, please? Okay, how may we help you?
So who got in our money? Our Social Security or the bank?
All right. So again, Mr. Dean, we'll look into that, right? But so for the sake of maybe further clarity, sometime in July there was some adjustment, right, as it relates for monies that people were getting for their benefit. So people were adjusted from the threshold of $30 to $50. All right, for those who fell below the threshold. So as of August coming forward, there were others who their monies went up. But for July, the management of NASCORP decided to give 26. So that 26, for those who were already above the threshold, all right, they receive a certain amount as 26, right? So now from August coming forward, their money went back to the original amount. So I hope it's not the case you are stating. Yes. So that July was just a bonus. It was just one time because your payment was already above the threshold.
We did explain it.
So then, Mr. Dean, maybe you didn't just catch it. We were on a float. We went all over Monrovia on a float. We were on the radio. We did talk, and yes, maybe it was unfortunately they didn't get it. Sorry about that.
Okay, thank
That
you.
pray for NASCORP. More thing can maybe another one can another time.
Okay, one more caller. Hello. You're live on the NASCORP Hour. Your name, please, and where you're calling from. Hello. What is your name? Okay, how may we help you today? Hello?
Maya Kekula, you called last week Monday, right? Okay, so your issue again. Oh, Lopu Barclay. Yeah. Oh, you called long time. Last week, last month, so we're in June. Oh, Lopu Barclay. Yeah, so.
He needs to stay near his phone.
Yeah, so just stay near your phone. I'll call you again after the show, yeah? But just say it, just talk the thing again one more time. What you say you're calling for? Lopu Barclay for a pension? For her pension? Okay, so we'll follow up. All right, so we'll call you after the show.
Okay, thank you. We've come to the close of another segment of the NASCORP Hour. I want to say thank you to Mr. Earl Carter from Claims and Benefits for that overview. You did go into a lot of depth, and I love that. We'll have you back on the show. Thank you, Mrs. Williams. And thank you, Radio Monrovia 92.1 FM. Thank you for the relays, LBC, Voice of Firestone, Liberty Broadcasting, Laxar Radio, Puma, and Classic Radio Live. Thank you all very much for the relays and the repeats during the week. Remember, this program is here to educate the people of the country all about National Social Security and Welfare Corporation and its functions. Okay, my name is Cora Taylor Ferguson, your host and presenter. We'll be back next week the same time. Thank you to our producers at Radio Monrovia.
Thank you.